From RCN, this is Colombia's news in English for Wednesday, March 25th, 2009. We begin in Medellin, one of Colombia's most beautiful cities, getting ready to host the huge Inter-American Bank Summit starting this weekend. Maria Victoria Rios lives just north of downtown Medellin, in an area that used to be considered the most dangerous part of town. But not anymore. This is the new Medellin. It was awful. You couldn't even feel safe walking down the street, she says. Now, this part of Medellin has transformed and is considered one of the hottest spots in the Aburra Valley. Now it's the best. It's the greatest place to bring your kids to play, to enjoy the water and the sand. I even do aerobics here, she says. It's a park, a garden, and a museum, all rolled into one. I'm really proud of what's been done here, she says. Another popular place in the northern part of Medellin is the Explora Park. It's spectacular. You can't leave Medellin without taking a look at this, she says. Sarah Rojas buzzes with pride when she talks about the transformation of her part of the city. I've been to other Colombian cities, and I'm so proud of what we have here, she says. Medellin, a whole new place, and now in the global spotlight because of the upcoming Inter-American Bank Conference. In other news, Colombia's IDEAM, or Meteorological Institute, has released a new study on the expected future impacts of global warming here. They're predicting a 2 to 4 degree increase in the temperatures in Nariño, the Caribbean coast, and in Antioquia by the year 2070. They're also predicting that by that same year, rainfall totals will grow by 30% along the Pacific coast and the Llanos. DMG Pyramid founder David Murcia says he wants to be extradited to the U.S. instead of continuing his trial here in Colombia for money laundering and running one of the country's biggest ever financial pyramids with alleged dirty money. Murcia and others from the scheme have already been indicted in a U.S. federal court. Police in Barranquilla breaking up an alleged apartment robbery ring called Los Rolos. 3 of the alleged robbers who were arrested are former DAS agents. Police also seized guns and getaway cars. New consumer protection legislation proposed by Congressman Juan Carlos Granados seeks to force cell phone companies to be more detailed in their billing practices, establishing firm prices for services instead of approximations. For example, if you make a call and talk for a minute, the bill comes to 462 pesos, while the companies have been rounding it up to 500 pesos. Not fair, says the congressman. The legislation now heads to the full chamber for a vote. And 17,000 shareholders in the Colombian energy company Ecopetrol will gather at Corferias in Bogota tomorrow for their annual stockholders meeting. They'll hear what the company is doing and learn more about the state of their investments. As you may know, Ecopetrol is now being traded publicly on the New York Stock Exchange. A new plan to build more than 10,000 homes for the poor has been unveiled by Santander's governor, who says he's seeking even more funding to provide affordable housing to those in tough economic conditions. The project is one of the most ambitious in the country. Through it, they hope to build 10,000 houses in Bucaramanga's downtown area and 2,000 more in Barrancabermeja, with an investment of $500 million de pesos. The state government is making sure all citizens have the opportunity to own their own homes, says Governor Horacio Serpa. The houses will be made available to people in tough economic situations throughout the entire department. We have the support of the United Nations, and we're also receiving financial help in this project from the national government's Andina program, says the governor. Right now, there are 8 different plots of land in the department where these thousands of new homes could be built. We're looking at all of our options for the sites right now, says the governor. We have 2 firm spots, and we're just waiting for the Ministry of Housing and Environment to sign off on them. The governor says he's going to Medellin at the end of this week to the Inter-American Bank meeting to appeal for more funding for this special project. Colombia's forecast. Lovely day in Providencia and in San Andres. Making our way to the north coast right now. Sun and clouds in Sincelejo and Monteria. Cartagena, one of the three pearls of the Caribbean. Cartagena, Barranquilla, and Santa Marta, all with similar weather conditions right now. These, of course, are tourist hotspots. Lots of people flying in from South Florida and from Europe to enjoy what's going to be a great week of vacation there. How are we doing in Tunja? Well, we've got rain up there near Villa de Leyva. I was there this weekend. It was amazing. You could really see the stars when it was clear. Bogota, we're going to continue to have rain here and in Medellin, also in Pereira and Armenia. Pasto and Popayán with the chance of storms. Cali looks like it's going to be an okay day, but we've got sprinkles here and there. Checking out the mountains of Huila in Neiva, sun and clouds. Also in Mocoa, showers passing through. Similar conditions in Florencia. Moving into the Llanos, partly cloudy skies with more cloud cover than usual in the Llanos. Mitu checking in with partly cloudy conditions. And at the bottom of the country, Leticia, we have thunderstorms and 25 degrees Celsius. We welcome your comments here at Colombia's only English language newscast. Just send us an email. The address is colombianews@canalrcn.com. And RCN is everywhere. We're online, we're in the sky on satellite, we're on cable, we're on your mobile phone, and soon we'll be in the air. RCN has just cut a deal with Avianca Airlines to begin providing programming for their new video in-flight service on Avianca's A330 aircraft servicing North America and Europe. So the next time you're flying Avianca to Colombia, you'll be able to stay up to date with the latest RCN news, sports, and entertainment programs. You're watching Colombia's News in English from RCN, bringing Colombia to the world.